What's she bitching about? Piston cleaned up. Feels like there might be some compression there. Hi, Chloe. Get some oil on this. This is iron. I want to get that oiled up real good. I think I want to put that in there. If I would have put this in there, it would totally destroy that finish on this thing. So I can probably just as easily scrub that a little bit. This back plate, put that in there for a short amount of time. So here's the cleaned up crankshaft. I didn't even really rub on this thing or scrub on it at all. Get all this CLR off of this and I'll lube this thing up real well. I'm going to put a really good dose of oil all over this guy. That bearing feels pretty nice actually. So that thing's all lubed up. I don't think anything in there is... Go ahead and drop this crankcase in here for a short amount of time. Hi, Ange. I'm just kind of trying to clean this stuff up the best I can. Looks like the remnants of a paper gasket there. I'm just going to let that soak in alcohol. And alcohol, and I get that off there. Oh, looks like I still have one head screw down here somewhere. There we go, a couple other screws. You can see what I'm talking about with the black oxide coating. It's pretty much ate all that off completely. Soak that thing in alcohol. I might be able to just clean that thing up here. Let that soak in some alcohol. So that's pretty much it. CLR, alcohol. I've got this carb that's been soaking in here. It's not freed up yet. What I'm probably going to do with it is go hit it with the heat gun a little bit, being careful this thing is plastic. Probably just go ahead. I'm going to do the carbs separately. I'm going to put the rest of this stuff back together. I'll do the carbs separately. These things are all lubed up. Move this head up some. Good coat of oil on all of these things so the oxidation and rusting process doesn't begin again. I don't know if you saw that bearing when I first put it in there, it was all brown from rust. No longer brown. Stuff's burning my hands. Oof. It's not too bad looking in there. It's probably good enough to reassemble the engine, put it all back together. Okay, so I got a mishmash of parts here, or the completely disassembled Enya 19. Everything has been cleaned with CLR, alcohol, lubed up as good as I can lube it. And I'm going to go ahead and just start the reassembly. I'm going to start by inserting this crankshaft. You may end up having to go and tap on that to get that to fully seat, because maybe it is fully seated, but I don't think so. See if I can just tap it here like this. It looks like it's... No, it's not fully seated because I can see that the port there isn't. I'm going to have to take this outside and drive this home. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it here. Yeah. Okay, so what I did was I just took it outside in the workmate and I just stuck it in one of the holes real quick, put this on here, tapped it with a hammer. Now we're fully seated and you can see the port fully there. So, look at this. I see a slight chamfer here, so this piston must have gone in this way. So I'm going to install it that way. Put that in place. And these long screws, everything has been... Obviously I can't do that now, dummy. Gotta put the head on. Drop those in place. And I think one of these had a head intact enough that I could screw it down. The others had that slot cut in them, so I think that's how I ended up breaking that fin, which, again, Rob, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Just enough to be tight, slightly tight, and then I'll go around and torque them the best I can with these slots and these screw heads. It really doesn't make life easier with those like that. Okay, I think I've got those torqued pretty well. Luckily this thing has flats on it, so I can... Obviously I don't have a glow plug installed in there, but I think it feels a little bit different. Maybe there's a little bit more compression. I'm almost at the bottom of the barrel on that. This flat part goes upward. So there was an oddball screw in this back plate, and I noticed when I pulled it out that it's not even a machine screw. I don't know what the hell that crap was all about. Now I noticed that these others are all 3mm screws, but they're of different lengths. Luckily, I've been into RC trucks years ago, and I managed to find more 3mm screws that at least one to replace that with. I'll see if I'm going to need a washer or not, but it was down in this lower quadrant here. And like I said, since it's a 3mm, it's kind of a little bit smaller head. Well, not that it's a 3mm because it's a smaller head, it just has a small butt head, little It seemed to torque down alright. One of these is a little bit longer, and I think that's why they had a washer on it, but let's see if I can get these in. If not, I'll just replace it with all 4 of these little button head screws. Okay. Actually feels like it's got pretty decent compression. I got an old nasty glow plug. It's got an idle bar on there. I don't want to put that in there because I'm not sure if this engine can accept an idle bar. I'm going to have to find another old plug. I got just some other old little plug here that I'm going to put in here and kind of fill this hole so we can test the compression. Maybe I should. I don't got a die, but I don't have a tap for the glow plug. Oh yeah, that thing's got. Ooh, that's got some good compression now. This was the prop that was on it. I don't really have a. Didn't come with a washer, but I'll just put it on here like this, and we'll tighten that down. Oh yeah, that thing's got considerably better compression now. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but I just noticed it. That CLR took all that calcium deposits that were on this thing. Took all those calcium deposits off. I mean, it's not a shiny engine, but it's clean. And it's got some serious compression now. Now if I can just get that carb cleaned up, I'm pretty happy with the way this thing's turned out so far. That's pretty nice.